Okay, that's cool. Hey, it's Kira Mickey. Beers so far, cans left, remaining beer. Damn, you have lots of beers. Well, the BTC gives me discounts and a point card, so I can use them every time I buy their alcohol. With that, beer is actually the cheapest drink I can get. Is there a difference between the drinks at the bar and theirs? The drinks at the bar are more addictive, flavoursome, and more stronger than the ones they sell at stores. So can I just drink? Ah, okay. And besides, the ones in the bar is more of a double IPA. This one's more of a... Okay. In English, please. This one's lighter in colour and lighter in flavour. Dunno, it doesn't taste lighter to me. Is this one made with that, what's the name of the base liquid you use at the bar again? NDL. Or is a supplement or something, right? It's a fluid they created to replace water when the Made-in-Kiss populated water supplies. The effects of pollution turned out to be temporary, so NDL never went into mass production. But the PTC still commissioned it for the use in bars. And is this what one made with it? Let's see. Yep, here it is near the end. NDL and cornstarch. Cornstarch? Serves as a stabilizer. If I remember correctly, they need it for packaging drinks. Ah, I see. And I just realised something. What? You're a nerd, Joe. You just realised that? Guilty as charged. There's my alcohol collection if you feel like getting anything else. Those bottles over there. I can't afford a fancy fridge or whatever for them, so I have to put them in plain sight. I'm guessing it's if some authority on alcohol came in here, it'll stop me for crimes against beverages or something. Anyway, many of them are still drinkable. Could get you some absinthe I bought. I can get you some of the absinthe I brought to the bar if you want. I'm not an Oscar Wilde kind of person, sadly. I'm more of a Theodore Roosevelt girl. I have a teddy bear on my closet, but I don't think you can drink it. Nah, that's what I... Wait, you do? I'm not ashamed of Dr. Fluff. But it just so happens that I have a cat. And I don't want the bear's filling spread all over the place. Well, anyways, beer's fine, don't worry. If you say so. Open up another can. Where did the collection came from anyways? Calling it a collection is too generous, I think. Got it from my grandpa. He made a will where the only thing stipulated was that I got them. That's sweet. Already down some of it over the years though. Half of them have coloured water instead of alcohol. I guess you need to be an expert or something to notice the difference. Yeah. I'll make sure the water's the right colour though. Bottom line, if you want to taste anything from it, let me know. You're too kind. On the side though, I'm surprised you kept that poster of me in the room. Well, it is awesome. Not bad. And even more that you hung it up in plain sight. When I gave it to you, it was more or less a joke, you know. Does it make you uncomfortable? If it doesn't make you uncomfortable, why would it make me uncomfortable? It's my own face. I'm still wondering why you did it though. Aside from filling an empty spot on the wall, I don't really know. I thought it was funny too. I guess it's like if someone gave you, I don't know, a dildo-shaped trophy or something, and you had it there as a conversation starter. Though no one has come here anyways, it's kind of pointless. What? No steaming nights of passion? Not since a year ago, I think, and I'd rather not talk about what happened then. Someone hurt you? Because if they did, I can go dish out the pain. No, nothing of that sort. A different kind of mess. uncomfortable mess. A not being able to have sex for reasons mess. Ugh. Glad to know you have my back though. That's what friends are for. Wait, you're talking about the poster and compare it to having a dildo trophy? Did you call me? Did you just call me a dildo face? That's what friends are for. Hey Jill, where did you get that black 4-ball? Well, as with any black cat or house cat in general, he's actually a stray. I found him in the alleys near the buildings, not long after I moved here, I think. Ah, I see. It was quite the sight, though. He was cornered by all these dogs, but they were keeping their distance. He was holding his ground, hissing and scratching as much as he could. There was a fried chicken bucket nearby that had some rainwater in it, so I threw the water over the dogs. They ran and I figured the cat's mum would be nearby, so I left. Then I noticed people looking in my direction as I walked. Turns out the little shit started following me. So you brought it home? At first I wanted to see if it could find him a new home, but having him welcome me whenever he came back was just too much for my heart, so I ended up staying. Oh, it was destiny, girl. When he came, he was so cute though, not like the fat mess that's sleeping on the table. Though, you're not a spring chicken yourself, you know. Oh, shit. I actually did that in front of someone else. Oh, okay. So it's Jill that's making the other voice. Oh, anyways, let's drink some more. Don't anyway me. Do you normally speak for a cat like that? Maybe. I wonder if Gil's alright. You worried about him? Made it sound like I'm some emotionless robot. It could be hard to read. I won't worry about Gil so much though. There's 3 things I know for certain about him. First, he can take care of himself. Second, you can sincerely trust him. And the third, he absolutely hates bell peppers. He does. I've seen him even reject food that's been in contact with it. Man, what a baby. Unless he's allergic to something. He's not. Man, what a baby. I didn't meet such a guy. He showed up at the door of the bar. He what? Well, it was shortly after the whole incident with Robert and the levitation potion. Right, levitation potion. Drink. It was a slow day and he just showed up at the bar. I offered him a drink, but he said he didn't have the money on him. I couldn't leave him alone, so I pretty much gave the drinks for free. And after a couple, he broke down crying. Yeah? I don't know what he did, but he was really, really regretting it. Huh. He wanted a second chance or whatever, and I told him he could wash himself. I told him if he could wash himself, I'd find him a job. And I'll be damned, he looked totally different the next day. Damn. I tried and failed to find out anything about him. So I decided to take him at face value. I'll judge him from what he did as an employee. And aside from the occasional sudden escape, he's been loyal as loyal goes. I returned the favour in kind, covering his ass from time to time, sometimes literally. What surprised me is that you took him in so easily. I can't take care of myself. I can take care of myself, and I always keep an eye on him. And besides, after the whole Robert thing, I couldn't ignore someone that depressed so easily. I see. You made the bar more lively yourself, you know? How so? Well, with the regulars you've earned, of course. Like that blonde titty hacker. I can't remember her name. Alma? I was gonna say, Ali. Yeah. She's a nice girl, you know? I don't think she's young enough to be called a girl. Says the girl who's eternally 17. In any case, she's really lovely. When you hear her speak of her family, she speaks with such love, her face just brightens up. It makes me kind of jealous that she has a close relationship with them, to be honest. You have a bad relationship with your family? Not bad. I'm not exactly close to anyone aside from my mum, dad, and aunt. But back to Alma, she's really hoping she finds a nice guy to settle with. I mean, she's so bent into finding one, I can't help but want her to succeed. Ah, I see. There's also the sex robot worker girl. Wait, sex worker robot girl, there we go. Ah, Dorothy. She intrigues me. Though I've seen lots of sex workers over the years, she seems pretty giddy. It's not that she likes her job, but rather she takes it with such childish excitement. I've kind of noticed that too. But then again, Lilum can be weird. You think? Lilum operates in some really foreign logic. I mean, they don't really share our fear of mortality. Even if their bodies are destroyed, their minds are already backed up in the collective source. If they lose an arm, they can reattach it and replace it. Depending on the circumstances, they might even not feel pain at all. It's not like they haven't altered human-like emotions like fear or love, but they are different. Like a different culture, if you must. I don't see it that way. Aside from that, Dorothy is a DFC-72. It's a social interactions model or something. Let them get positive reinforcement straight from their bodies if they're fulfilling their main purpose. So I'm guessing she gets a built-in push whenever she's in a meaningful or challenging social interaction. Interesting. The name's Lilum is a bit weird though. You would expect them to be called bots or dolls, but Lilum doesn't convey the image of automatons. No, I think of demons. Just a tip, bots and dolls are considered slurs by them. Bots are akin to calling them retard, and dolls like calling them fake. Thanks for the advice. That aside, do you know why they're called Lilith? As far as I know, it's because they all came from a bigger AI called Lilith. Huh, okay, that makes sense. But why would they call the AI Lilith? And Lilim are Lilith's offspring in Jewish folklore. Oh, cool. Hey, speaking of names, why don't you like being called your full name? I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't act stupid. Back when you first transferred, I called you Julianne. Julianne? Yeah. And you almost told me a new one with your glare. See, like that. It's no big secret. It's one of those things that feels silly when you say it out loud. Try me. Well, did you ever watch Model Warrior Julianne? Not all of it, but my little sister's a big fan of the reruns. Well, she has a little sister. Back when I was in elementary school, I was a huge fan of the show. I had everything from the dolls, to the costumes, to the lunchboxes. It didn't help that it was one of those shows that got strapped literally everywhere. I saw a couple of episodes once. They were really nice. It's beyond nice. The show's about a model who could transform into an armor-clad magic knight. She fights demons born from greed and vanity. How the show presented Julius hating her job because it invented enemies, and yet still found solace in trying to be a role model. Hell, the main character wasn't a kid. Julian was an adult that became younger when she transformed. I'd say it was a pretty ambitious kids show, even by today's standards. Just the fact that her enemies were literally issues dealing with beauty standards of body image. Challenging as fuck. Whoa, you got excited there. And that's the problem. Back then, I was obsessed with Julius. I sang the songs, dressed like her. I could even recite full chapters. I was like that with Pokemon. Something tells me you still can. That's beside the point. It was nice when I was in elementary school, but then I went to middle school. And what a surprise, tweens are jackasses. They went out of their way to tease me about the things I did back then. I don't hold it against Julius. I always hold my grudge against those fuck jobs. Sounds rough. You know how most girls worry about their thighs at that age? I worried about jackasses singing a theme tune of the show, mocking me. Anyways, every time someone calls me Julius or Julene, I instantly react negatively. Pavlo would be proud of me. I never talk about it because I found the whole thing too silly to in retrospect, and yet it affects you even today. There's nothing wrong with it though. It's actually kind of reasonable even. I sure hope so. Come to think of it, what kind of kid were you, boss? When as a toddler, I was the kind that always fought with the kids bigger than me. Then puberty happened and I became a Merriam-Webster definition of shallow jerkwad. Around the time I turned 16, I realized what an idiot I was and went on to become who I am today. And the less I talk about those years, from 12 to 15, the better. Fair enough. So Jill, what kind of guy was your grandpa? He was rough around the edges, the kind of guy that means well even if he says otherwise. He seems to have a soft spot for me though. One moment he was congratulating my dad for by berating him a little. And the next he was playing with me. My dad worked a lot and my mum was always travelling, so spent most of my childhood with him. Can I ask how he died? Out of old age, my dad said his last words were something like, "Fucking scientist created talking mannequins, but they still can't let you upload your brain." Why the question? I'm curious about you. Really curious. I just realised that even though we see each other almost every day, I know very little about you. Oh. From what you tell me though, you seem like your grandpa's personally rubbed off on you a bit. I've heard that once since I was a kid actually. You know, boss, I'm a bit curious about your circle of friends. What kind of people do you have in it? Keep in mind you're included in this circle too, so any insults you hurl will be applied right back to you. Anyways, I have this friend I've known for a long time, a red-haired, glasses-wearing gun nut called Iris. The one you called from the helmet thing. Oh yeah, that was it. That one. She is managing a BTC bar in Panama right now, if I remember correctly. So she's managing a bar too. I got the idea from her actually. Oh. It's called N1VR and Nirvana. Haha. And if you thought this city was dangerous, you see the people she has to deal with out there. Piracy ain't nothing to fuck with. And means to be an annex to another business. So what else does she do? I think the bar was originally her hotel's bar. She moved the bar to its own building elsewhere and opened Navar B. That doesn't quite have the same ring to it as Nirvana. In the hotel instead. Weird decision. I believe she said she wanted a place away from the noisy rich tourists that go to the hotel. So that the bar was her woman cave. Woman cave. That aside, let's see. Friends. I guess there's also my little sister, but that's a given. Oh, there's also my old partner from when I was with the new San Francisco police force. Oh, good old Lexi. Should give her a call sometime. She was in police force? Wait, you were in the what? I've done lots of things, Jill. I spent a short time collaborating with the police force, but I've been a wrestler, an MMA fighter, chimney cleaner, lumberjack, pet shop attendant, corporate mascot. That would be a great corporate what? I still see my face on some websites from time to time. Anyways, aside from you, Gil, my sis, Iris, and Lex, I guess there's a lot of people that don't want to see me in harm's way. Mostly because they're the ones that want to hurt me. What about you? I guess have acquaintances here and there. Back at home and college, I went out a lot. But it felt more like going out was the pleasure rather than the people involved. Aside from you, Gil, my closest friends since moving here is Amber, and Dorothy. I mean, sure, they're always faux, but that cat's a helmet that refuses to go out. And he's a cat. Hey, cat's fine too, Hey boss,